You really don't want to overlook the signs I'm about to reveal, because once you learn to recognize them, the way you see attraction and dating will completely change. So get ready to uncover the hidden cues younger women use when they're interested in older men. Whether you've ever caught yourself wondering if she's actually flirting or if it's just your imagination, you're not alone. A lot of men second-guess these moments, unsure if that smile, that glance, or that playful comment really means something. But here's the truth. Women often communicate attraction in quiet, almost invisible ways. The signals are there, but most men miss them. Once you start paying attention, you'll see how obvious they really are. Let's take this step by step, because once you understand how these subtle gestures work, you'll never look at female behavior the same way again. Relationships and dating become a completely different game when you know what to watch for. Let's begin with something as timeless as it is powerful: the color red. You've seen it in countless films, the woman in the red dress who seems to captivate every eye in the room. It's not just movie magic or coincidence, there's deep psychology behind it. Red represents passion, confidence, and desire. Women instinctively know the kind of reaction this color provokes. When a woman wants to draw your attention, she might not come right out and say it. Instead, she'll let the color do the talking. It might be a bold red lipstick, polished red nails, or that unmistakable red dress paired with confident energy. Why red? Because your brain immediately associates it with attraction and urgency. It triggers something primal. It's like an unspoken cue that demands your focus. So when you notice her wearing red, even if it's just a hint, maybe her earrings, her bag, or her heels, don't ignore it. That choice might not be random. It could be her way of sending a silent message. I want to be noticed by you. Now let's talk about something you can't even see: scent. Smell is one of the most powerful triggers of emotion and memory, and women understand that better than most men realize. A carefully chosen fragrance can create an invisible magnetic field between two people. Before you even look at her, your sense of smell has already made a decision about how you feel. When she smells incredible, maybe it's sweet, floral, or that warm, alluring scent you can't quite describe, it lingers in your memory. The next time you catch a similar fragrance, she'll pop into your mind without you even realizing it. That's not coincidence, that's chemistry. Women use scent as a subtle emotional signal. It's part of their silent language of attraction. It's not just about smelling good, it's about making you associate her with warmth, comfort, and attraction. So if she always seems to smell irresistible whenever she's around you, that's no accident. She's planting a feeling, one that stays with you long after she's gone. Now let's move to something that truly captures male attention: confidence. It's one of the most magnetic traits a woman can display, especially around an older man. When a younger woman is interested, she knows maturity and self-assurance matter. She'll stand taller, maintain steady eye contact, and carry herself with grace. Even if she's a little nervous inside, she might project confidence deliberately just to match her energy. Watch her body language: shoulders back, posture open, her movements purposeful. When she walks into a room, she doesn't fade into the background. She commands presence. That's not arrogance, that's a subtle invitation for you to notice her. But here's an interesting twist. When a younger woman is drawn to an older man, she often tries to match his maturity. She knows the attraction lies in your experience and composure, so she'll want to show she's emotionally and mentally aligned with that energy. This might show up in her conversations. She'll speak thoughtfully, show emotional control, or mention topics that reflect wisdom beyond her age. She wants you to see her as someone who is not just young, but capable of understanding life on a deeper level. You might hear her say things that reveal emotional intelligence, maybe how she handles conflict, her views on relationships, or her ambitions. Those aren't random. They're deliberate cues. She's showing she's not a child. She's a woman who can stand beside you, not someone who needs you to guide her every step. That quiet maturity can be one of the most powerful ways she flirts with you without saying a single word. Now let's talk about flirting itself, the art that women have mastered for centuries. Some are bold about it, others more reserved, but once you know the language, it becomes crystal clear. Pay attention to her compliments. When she tells you how you look great today, or you have amazing style, or even you're so confident, I like that. She's not just being polite. Those comments are often layered with deeper meaning. Compliments are a safe and indirect way for women to express interest. They allow her to flirt without taking too much risk. And when she compliments things beyond your looks, like your wisdom, your calmness, or how you handle things, she's showing admiration for qualities that usually come with age and experience. That's her way of saying she finds you attractive on more than just a physical level. Of course, not every woman flirts openly. Some do it quietly, with body language instead of words. Notice the small gestures, a light laugh, prolonged eye contact, playing with her hair, or leaning in when you talk. These aren't random, they're primal signs of attraction. A woman who's flirting might not say much, but her body will speak volumes. And then there's touch, one of the clearest yet most underestimated forms of flirtation. A woman will often use small touches to test the connection between you. Maybe she brushes your arm while laughing, stands a little too close, or playfully taps your shoulder. These are gentle tests to see how you react. If you respond positively, she'll likely keep finding excuses to touch you again. Pay attention to how she manages distance. When a woman likes you, she unconsciously tries to close the space between you. Maybe she sits beside you instead of across, or finds reasons to linger near you. These physical cues are her way of saying, "I'm comfortable around you, and I want to be closer." For her, the age gap isn't a problem, it's part of the attraction. Older men often carry a sense of stability, calm, and experience that younger guys lack. When she highlights that difference, she's actually complimenting you. She's acknowledging that she values what you bring to the table: wisdom, composure, and a sense of direction. And here's one of the most overlooked signs of all: when she asks for your advice. It might sound simple, but it's incredibly meaningful. Whether it's about work, relationships, or personal goals, when she comes to you for guidance, she's doing more than seeking help. She's inviting a connection. She's showing she respects your opinion and sees you as someone with valuable insight. This subtly puts you in the role of mentor or protector, and that emotional dynamic often builds deep attraction. When a woman asks, "What would you do if I were you?" or "How do you think I should handle this?" it's more than curiosity. It's a way of bonding. She's drawing from your experience, but she's also testing emotional compatibility, seeing if she can trust your perspective. And trust, for many women, is the foundation of attraction. So once you start noticing these signs, the compliments, the confidence, the little touches, the questions, and the way she handles the topic of age, you'll begin to see the full picture. These are not random behaviors. They're deliberate, intuitive ways she's expressing interest. But remember, every woman has her own style. Some might be more playful, others more reserved. Some use humor, others rely on subtle glances. What matters is being observant. When you understand how women communicate attraction, you stop missing opportunities. You start responding with confidence instead of confusion. And to all the men watching, once you recognize these cues, dating becomes less about guessing and more about connection. When you can read between the lines, you'll realize attraction isn't always loud or obvious. It's often quiet, intentional, and deeply psychological. And for the ladies watching, if you've ever used any of these little techniques, share them in the comments. You might help someone else understand the game a little better. In the end, it all comes down to awareness. Attraction is a language, and once you learn to read it, everything changes. Confidence, understanding, and emotional intelligence, that's what separates men who constantly miss the signs from those who actually see them. So pay attention. Notice the details: her body language, her tone, her scent, her words. These small, often overlooked signals are the keys to unlocking the mysteries of modern dating. Because once you learn to recognize how younger women express interest in older men, you'll realize it's not always about what's said. It's about what's felt. And trust me, once you see these signs clearly, relationships and attraction will never feel confusing again.